It is a great honor and pleasure to introduce Maria Fusco, and her title today is Servant is Now, but What Was My Name? She will present and discuss the experimental writing methodologies active in her new 11-channel sound work, Speak, by specifically focusing on how work of writing can be produced through active listening. Our accomplished presenter, Dr. Maria Fusco, holds a personal chair in the interdisciplinary writing at the University of Dundee, Scotland, and is a visiting professor at Hochschule für Gestaltung in Frankfurt. She is an award-winning Belfast-born writer, working across the registers of fiction, performance, and theoretical writing. Her work is translated into 10 languages, and she is editor of The Happy Hypocrite, a biannual journal for experimental writing. Recent performance works are Master Rock, commissioned by Art Angel and the BBC, an experimental radio play performed and recorded inside a granite mountain, and Eczema, commissioned by the National Theatre Wales, a fractious dialogue between a polyphonic speaker and a grand pipe organ. Her latest books are Give Up Art, collected critical writings, of which Lisa Robertson has said, quote, Fusco's scintillating mobility invites us to savor a new kind of critical empathy, unquote. And Legend of the Necessary Dreamer, an ambient novella described by Chris Kraus as, quote, the new classic of female philosophical writing, unquote. She is currently working on a new hybrid working class opera commissioned by the Royal Opera House, London. Warmly welcome, Maria. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Leena. I'm going to read now, so forgive me. Good morning, everybody. Hello, and thanks so much to the organisers of these wonderful events for the kind invitation to share my research today, and to Ilpo for his lovely technical assistance. As Leena mentioned, I'm going to present you with the world premiere of my new broadcast work, Speak, which is the generative 11-channel sound work made in collaboration with French composer Olivier Pasquet at IRCAM in Paris. The work is voiced by an English actor, Maxine Peake. So the work was originally commissioned by Museum of the Home in London, and the version you will hear today is a 24-minute edit, a kind of reworking, a reimagining of the piece. This is for radio broadcast, and you're the first outside ears to hear it. I thought that in this context, it would be interesting to let the work speak for itself as a piece of artistic research. In this way, the work leads discourse, and that was something that Tim mentioned yesterday. I actually had written the phrase already into this presentation, and then I heard Tim said it, and I thought, yes, that's, it was the same phrase, and I strongly believe that the artistic research leads the discourse. This is, in my view, as it should be, in my understanding and in my guts. So I'm going to make some initial remarks, notes towards how I approach the work, and then we'll listen. And then, of course, there's time for questions and for conversation. Excuse me. So at the center of this research is the question of how socio-political concerns act as subject and, at the same time, structure how a performance text is produced. This is a major recurring concern in my research. I'm from a working class background. How could I not be invested in this question and how it is sown through language? So I'm here today to tell you that I think that description knows nothing of time, and that the text performs itself in space, but not necessarily with knowledge of or relation to existing forms. I'm committed to locating, as specifically as possible, the real time of the text, My role as the researcher is to be as economic and spare as possible, to decelerate, to pay close attention, to grab, to pinch, to be a miserly amateur. Moll speak, the title of this work, is an historical English term from the mid-18th century in which employers, masters, mistresses mocked their servants' dialectical use of language. The name Moll is a prosthetic, a stand-in for working class servant girls, originally coined by Daniel Defoe in his 1722 novel Moll Flanders, and then translated by a fashion into the character Moll Hackabout in William Hogarth's 1731 series of works, The Harlot's Progress. So you can see we're starting from a place of depletion, of degradation, of material exhaustion. To locate a place to begin this work, my research engaged with archival items from the Museum of Home's collection, with oral testimonies from servants on trial at the Old Bailey Courthouse in London. It attempts to give polyphonic voice to such servants. And by doing this, I ask, who has the right to speak? And crucially, in what way? This is the central question for me, and it is a question which I militantly cherish. My collaborator, composer Olivier, made 3D scans of a selection of objects from the collection, for example, a tinderbox, a candlestick, a horn cup. And the work you're about to hear is evolved solely from these object sounds. There is nothing else but voice and object voice. So in this sense, the objects are writing themselves. They're writing with no hands, of course. The text is of a modular construction in sort of 3 different types of voice. And the most kind of complete voice is written in anapestic tetrameter, a form popular in 18th century comic verse. I wrote in this form accidentally, having absorbed many materials from that era, and it took someone else to tell me that this is what I had done. However, I was not totally surprised when I was told this, because I write and edit with my own voice. Perhaps this is also writing with no hands. So these terms of writing, this writing with no hands, this writing through breath, through dust, through taxonomy, of writing through and against, are necessitated by that which needs to be read through the arrangement of their multiple components. And in doing this, throughout the whole process, and even post-process, I am always asking myself as the writer, what is most at stake? Realism is easy to perform. Reality is a process of modification. I prefer, in these matters, to experiment in public. What work can abstraction do to problematize calcified historical records and their attendant academic discourses? So, what I'm left with to offer you today is this. How does history enter the body? How does history enter the voice? And again, to finish, who has the right to speak and in what way? So now we'll listen to the piece, which is around about 24 minutes, and there'll just be a little blank screen up, and then we come back for questions. So we'll put, if you wouldn't mind playing that now, that would be super. Thank you.
My mistress's eye is a corking pin, for master makes sweet on my dimpled chin. Such a clap at the door, a fright I took. Mistress's rage, keen as a buttonhook. Eyes ribbon blue, hair smooth as pump water. Beauty is fair but unfailing slaughter. Pride is a passion not due to maidservants. Don't deny faults and bless thankful contentment. Offer post on a salver, never touch hands. Last night misspent. I don't understand. Scrub bright stoves with rotten stone, sweet oil and leather. Oath-breaking creature. Pledged he'd love me all weathers. Scrub black stoves with soil block mixed with fresh water. Please, Lord, not this toil for my daughter so small. Scour foul chamber pots, mine do not breathe in. Bear down back staircase where coffins have seen. Hold knives in boiled water till they scrape up bright. My ankles itch furious, ruffles of flea bites. A barrel of potash sweeps me in a ring. Polish oak floors, beeswax far from the sting. Just one muddy foot to my handiwork spoiled, yet routine doth prevail when the devil makes chores. My box is a tea chest, pasted with paper. House in this house, my possessions a whisper. More valuable than riches humility be, silver shilling twixt floorboards, so no eye may see. I'm not allowed keys, for I do not belong. Each door a quibble, each hinge a plain song. Take care not to tumble, nor crack a shin, for good health embraces life's choicest brethren. Indolence, the inlet to every vice. Weariness speeds me towards paradise. My daily circuits of this wretched house drape me from the eaves like a blitter mouse. 18 hours till I sleep, for they tarry late. A hogshead of ale first swells master's parade. Chapped hands, dead stone knees, my cheeks raw with shame. Servant is not, but what was my name? Do not let candles flare for hours without being of use. Do not let candles flare for hours without being of use. A clean fireside is the beauty of the whole. Take red lead and mix with milk. With a little brush or rag, scrub the bricks well. Then they will look as red as a cherry. Each day, scatter damp tea leaves on the rugs to lay the dust. Take care not to trample the tea leaves. Sweep. Once a fortnight, roll up the rugs, carry downstairs and beat. Scrub deal floors with soap and water, immaculate. Even though these floors won't be seen once the rugs are put back. Each day, scatter damp tea leaves on the rugs to lay the dust. Take care not to trample the tea leaves. Sweep. Once a fortnight, roll up the rugs, carry downstairs and beat. Scrub deal floors with soap and water. Immaculate. Even though these floors won't be seen once the rugs are put back. Each day, washboard, wooden spoon, carpet beater, spiral candle holder, candle snuffer, candle box, tinder box, tidy tray, green wine bottle, home beaker, wash bellows, paper stone, classic beat stick, spiral candle holder, candle snuffer, candle box, wash tinder box, tidy tray, green wine bottle, spiral candle, bellows, candle snuffer, door, candle box, brass candle, tinder box, rush light, tidy servant box, green box, washboard, home wheel spoon, diamond beater, spiral candle, brass candle, candle snuff, rush light, candle box, servant, tinder box, tidy tray, green wine, home wheel, bellows, paper doll, brass candle stick, rush light, servant box. To clean a satin gown without hurting the colour, spiral candle. Take a 3-penny loaf of the day before's baking. Take out the crumb, green wine, rubbing it very fine. Mix with 1/4 of an ounce of powder blue and, with your hands, rub the satin very well till you think it is clean. Then shake. With soft cloths, rub all the crumb off well. Fold the satin down smooth and lay it by. Before's baking. Take out the crumb, rubbing it all very fine. Mix with 1/4 of an ounce of powder blue and, with your hand, rub the satin very well till you think it is clean. Then shake. Do not say, do not say, she sullies her clothes. Do not say, I find a smell, say, I smell. Do not say, 6:30 o'clock, say, 6:30. Do not say, close the door, say, shut the door. Do not say, Monday first, say, Monday next. Do not say, I got it for half nothing, say, I got it very cheap. Do not say, she misguides her clothes, say, she sullies her clothes. Do not say, close the door, say, shut the door. Housemaid, scullion, slavey. This enormous house, this world of dirt. We write our names next to our sweethearts' names with the smoke of a candle on the roof of the kitchen. We carry our own house within this one, our servant's box. Everything we've saved is put aside in it, all that is not theirs. A house of humble materials unravelling a torn seam. We give our real smiles only to this box. 'Tis a secret. There will always be more things in a closed box than an open one. When mistress instructs you to polish the soles of her shoes and iron the bootlaces, assume an amiable disposition. Do not make an impudent face, for if she collars you, it's bad luck for 1 month at least. Instruct you to polish the soles of her shoes and iron the bootlaces. And when mistress instructs you to polish the soles, ink made with a decoction of wormwood prevents writings from being eaten by rats and mice. Master is very particular about his letters. Instructs you to polish the soles of her shoes and iron the bootlaces. And when mistress instructs you to polish the master master housemaid to clean a satin gown without meeting the colour. To clean a satin gown without hurting the colour. Fling open the windows to air the room. To clean a satin gown without hurting the colour. To clean a satin gown without hurting the colour. Master spiral candle holder, carpet beater, washboard, paper doll, Candlebox. Brass candlestick. Candle snuffer. Home beaker. Servant's box. Rushlight. Tidy tray. Home beaker. Book. Green wine bottle. Wooden spoon. Bellows. Tinderbox. Tidy tray. Book. Servant's box. Brass candlestick. Candlebox. Green wine bottle. Bellows. Bellows. Spiral candle holder. Green wine bottle. Brass candlestick. Green wine bottle. Tidy tray. Book. Wooden spoon. Candle snuffer. Paper doll. Bellows. Brass candlesticks. Green wine bottle. Ink made with a decoction of wormwood prevents writings from being eaten by rats and mice. Master is very particular about his letters. Housemaid. Tidy tray. Tidy tray. Tidy tray. Tidy tray. Tidy tray. Tidy tray. To clean a satin gown without hurting the colour. Do not say, take a 3-penny loaf of the day before's baking, take out the crumb, rubbing it all very fine. Tidy tray. Mix with 1/4 ounce of powder blue and with your hand, bellows, rub the satin very well till you think it is clean. Brass candlestick. Then shake. Washboard. With soft cloths, Rub all the crumb off well. Do not say fold the satin gown smooth. Say and labour. Do not say the child rolls. Say the child cries. Do not say Monday first. Say Monday next. If something, do not say if something, she misguides her clothes. Say she sullies her clothes. If something has been lost, do not say I find a smell. Say I smell. Offer to have your own possession searched at once, fellows, for your merit is being tested. Do not say Monday first. Say Monday next. Do not say 6:30. Say 6:30. Do not say I got it for half nothing. Say I got it very cheap. Do not say the child rolls. Say the child cries. Do not say tidy tray. Say she sullies her clothes. Do not say I find a smell. Say I smell. Do not say Monday first. Say Monday next. Do not say 6:30. Say 6:30. Do not say I got it for half nothing. Say I got it cheap. Do not say the child rolls. Say the child cries. Do not say close the door. Say shut the door. Do not say close the door. Say shut the door. Do not say she misguides her clothes. Say she sullies her clothes. Do not say close candle snuffer. Say shut the door. Do not say I find a smell. Say I smell. Do not say Monday first. Paper doll. Say Monday next. Green wine bottle. Do not say 6:30. Bellows. Say 6:30. Do not say I got it for half nothing. Say tidy tray. Do not say the child rolls. Say the child cries. Do not say I find smell. Say I smell. Do not say Monday first. Say Monday next. Do not say 6:30. Say 6:30. Do not say do not read nothing. Say I got it very cheap. Do not say the child rolls. Say hold knives in boiled water till they scrape up right. My ankles itch furious. Ruffles of flea bites. A barrel of potash sweeps me in a ring. Polish oak floors. Beeswax far from sting. Just one muddy foot, and my handiwork spoiled. Yet routine doth prevail when the devil makes chose. My box is a tea chest, pasted with paper. House, in this house, my possessions more valuable than riches, humility be. Silver shilling twixt floorboards, so no eye can see. I'm not allowed keys, for I do not belong. Each door a quibble, each hinge a plain song. Take care not to tumble, nor crack a shin, for good health embraces life's choicest brethren. Indolence, the inlet to every vice. Weariness speeds me towards paradise. My daily circuits of this wretched house drape me from the eaves like a flittermouse. 18 hours till I sleep, for they tarry late. A hogshead of ale first swells, masters prayed. Chapped hands, dead stone knees, my cheeks raw with shame. Servant is now, but what was my name?
That's it, Ilpo. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria, very much. This was an intense and very engaging experience. Wow.